First of all, thank you all so much for joining us today. We're very glad to be able to offer the session to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on the scholarship process and to hopefully answer any questions that you might have. My name is Kristen. I'm an assistant registrar of international admissions and recruitment. And I'm going to be taking care of your questions today and doing some technical behind the scenes stuff. We're joined today by our assistant registrar awards, Eduardo Ramirez Padilla. And he is going to be walking you through everything that you need to know to help you successfully submit your application for scholarships.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kristen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As Kristen said, my name is Eduardo Ramirez, and I am the Assistant Registrar Awards at Dalhousie University. We know how important it is for you to understand what financial resources and options are available to you as a student, and we are here to help. In today's session, we will be focusing on the General Entrance Award application, and we will provide you with a detailed walkthrough of the application, information on who's eligible to apply and how to submit your application. We will also share tips on completing and submitting your application, as well as answers to frequently asked questions. And finally, we will finish with details on how to access support, and we will have some time at the end for your questions as well. So for the General Entrance Award application, this allows new undergraduate students from high school the opportunity to be considered for the majority of financial awards offered at Dal. Mature students who have not completed any other transferable post-secondary study are also eligible to apply. The General Entrance Award application is essentially our common application for scholarship and bursary consideration for new students. At Dalhousie, scholarships are awards given to students primarily on the basis of academic merit or other achievement. We also have bursaries, which are awarded to students who demonstrate financial need. And in addition to both scholarships and bursaries, there are also hybrid awards for students who demonstrate strong academic performance and leadership or extracurricular accomplishments, or some students who have strong academic performance, but also require financial assistance to attend university. These are also awards available to students who self-identify as Black or Indigenous, First Nations, or who disclose that they are a student with a disability, and many other identities that we'll talk later through. By submitting this one application, you will be considered for a wide range of award opportunities. Over 100+ unique entrance awards are available through this program, and we support over 2,000 incoming students every year. These awards range from 750 Canadian dollars to $48,000 over 4 years. And there are a few select awards that have an even higher value. I want to make this very clear. The application deadline is March 1st, 2022. And some awards are available through the program are a one-time only, meaning you receive them only for your first year. Other awards are renewable, meaning that they are available to you for up to 4 years, provided you maintain a set of academic standards and complete a certain number of classes. For students who do not receive renewable awards, there are additional award opportunities for current students in upper years through our in-course scholarship program. And there are also a small number of entrance awards that require a separate application, and we'll talk about that later as well. But let's start with who is eligible to apply. Both Canadian and international students applying for admission directly from high school are eligible to apply. Mature students who have not completed any other transferable post-secondary study are also eligible to apply. Students need an 80% admission average or 26 predicted or anticipated IB diploma points to be considered. Averages are determined using the 5 courses used to calculate a student's admission average. So how do I access the application? The application instructions can be found at dal.ca/forward-entrance awards. And once you arrive on the page, you should scroll to the How to Apply section. How you apply depends on where you are in your journey to Dalhousie. If you have already been accepted to a Dalhousie program, you should apply through Dal Online, Dalhousie's online student portal. And there are instructions here on how to log in if you have not done so before. If you have not been accepted yet to a Dalhousie program, you should fill out a PDF version of the application. This is a fillable PDF, so you should be able to insert your answers into the sections. And if you run into any issues, attach a Word document when you submit your application. Although both application processes are available, if you can apply through your Dal Online, we encourage you to do so. And at the bottom of this page, at the entrance award page, you will also find information about awards that require separate applications. Remember that 95% of Dalhousie entrance awards are awarded through our general entrance award application, but you can also check this short list to see if any of these additional awards might apply to you. Now, what is required to apply? To be considered for awards, applicants must submit a complete application for admission, the general entrance award application, along with any required supporting documentation by March 1st, 2022. And so this includes submitting your undergraduate application for admission, paying the $70 admissions application fee, submitting your official first semester transcript, or if you're a student from Nova Scotia or Ontario, provide your provincial student ID number. It's very important to know that when we say that we need your official first semester transcript, this needs to come from your high school. If you send that document yourself, it's no longer official. So please make sure that your high school is sending your official first semester transcript to us. In addition, you will have to submit the general entrance award application and submit any required awards application supporting documentation. All required documentation is listed in the application, and we will review that in detail as well. Be sure you have all documents sent to the registrar's office. Official transcripts, like I said, must be sent by the issuing institution and received by March 1st. It is worth reiterating that all of these items must be submitted in order for your application to be considered. If you apply before your first semester final transcript is available, we recommend that you set a reminder in your calendar to request your school to submit your official transcript when it's available. Every year, we have quite a few students who submit their applications early, and then they forget to submit their grades, and they miss out on entrance awards as a result. Now, what is in the application? We know that you have worked hard to reach the end of high school and that you have many skills and experiences that will make you an important addition to our campus community. Through our award program, we seek to recognize well-rounded students who will be leaders in our university community and will make lasting positive impact in Dalhousie and beyond. The application is made up of a combination of required and optional sections. There is ample opportunity for you to tell us about yourself, your interests, your accomplishments in a resume style activity section. We encourage you to think broadly about this section and feel comfortable to share a variety of experiences. Leadership and skill building happens in all kinds of ways, from school athletics to volunteering in your community, working part-time, caring for family members, or pursuing any extracurricular activities that you're passionate about. The next section is an essay-based question, and it gives you the opportunity to tell us a bit more about yourself. In previous years, students have told us about what challenges them, about special learning experiences they've had, or just a bit more about a passion that they hold. This entire section of the application, there is an entire section of the application dedicated to financial need as well, where we ask you about your current financial circumstances and the income of your guardians. We know that families have been impacted financially by COVID-19, and if your family has been financially impacted, please share this as part of your application. You can also tell us about any special circumstances that have impacted you financially. We understand that sometimes things happen that impact your financial picture, and you can tell us all about that in your application as well. Some other sections of the application ask about whether you are the first person in your family to attend post-secondary secondary institution, whether you're a student with a disability, about your cultural background. Since there is such a wide range of awards eligible, our advice is to complete as much of the application as you can to make sure that you're considered for as many awards as possible. And I just want to say everything we ask is because we have awards that are available to that specific group of people that we are asking about. And so now I will share my screen and I will walk you through the DAL online application section by section. Keep in mind that this online version looks different than the PDF version application, but it contains all the same sections and the same information. And so what you'll want to do is first log into your DAL online. And then you'll want to click on Student Awards and Financial Aid at the top of the screen over here. Once you're in there, you will want to click Apply for Student Aid. And you will have to choose the aid period 2022-2023 aid year and leave the September to April in there as well. Then you will have to click Continue. And you will see all the applications that you are eligible to apply. Most likely the only one that will show is the Dalhousie General Entrance Award application, which is the one that we are exploring today. So you will have to click continue on that. This just shows you a little summary of what you're applying to. So you'll have to click continue again, and then you will be in the application. Like I said, there are 10 sections required in this application. Actually, there are 10 sections available. Some of them are required, some of them are optional. And so section 1 talks about the activities section. So we want to hear about your meaningful experiences outside the classroom over the last 3 years. And this can look different for everyone. You have the opportunity to share up to 5 activities. So take your time to reflect on which you choose to share and provide specific details about the impact of your involvement in your life or the lives of others. We are also asking for the name and contact details of a reference for each activity. And please note that we do not accept reference letters. Not all references will be contacted, but some of our awards will have very specific requirements related to leadership and community involvement, and we may contact your reference to verify the nature of your involvement. We recognize that in the past couple of years, the pandemic may have happened to you, and so things might look different in terms of participation and what you were able to do, but you can draw on experiences up to 3 years back. And so this is what the first section looks like. Like I said, there's 5 activities, the activity title, the description of your involvement, your time commitment, how long have you been involved here, your reference name, and your reference contact information. So it is the same for the 5 activities over here. Please make sure that when you complete this, you mark this section as complete so that it saves. And so I will just go back to the application. It is important to also know, as I did this, if you exit your application and you go again to apply for student aid, you will not see it in here anymore. You will see it back in View My Applications. And so you can click on View and Modify, and you can just go back to the sections as well. So the second section is the short answer, and you have a choice of 3 questions. Please just answer only one, and I recommend choosing the question that really speaks to you and your experiences. Think outside of the box and reflect thoughtfully on your experiences and how they have impacted you or how they might impact your Dalhousie experience. It's a good idea to have someone proofread your application, especially this section. And I recommend drafting your answers to your questions in a Word document and then just cutting and pasting them into the application, because this section will time out after 30 minutes. Right here, it says it in red. I will time out in 30 minutes. And so there are 3 questions that you can choose from. You can discuss a moment when you stepped out of your comfort zone. How did you feel it has shaped the person you are today? Outside of the classroom, describe your greatest learning experience from the past 3 years. And then last one, if you have a background experience or interest that is meaningful to you, that you would feel complement your application, discuss it here. Share your story and how you believe it will impact your Dalhousie experience. Same thing, please check this as complete when you're done so that you can move on to the next section. So section 3 is the consideration for financial need. So supporting documentation is required. University is an investment in your future. And so to cover the cost of attendance, students draw from a variety of funding, including loan, RESPs, family contributions, employment savings. And so Dalhousie has awards for students with demonstrated financial need. These are intended to support students as one part of their overall financial plan, so they won't cover your full tuition. But we assess the level of financial need based on your estimated resources for the upcoming year, including the income of your guardians, your own income, and it also depends on your own circumstances. We ask you that you highlight the difference between dependent and independent from section A and B. So you will see that over here. We do require supporting documentation. And so for Canadian students or permanent residents of Canada, or whose family lives and works in Canada, we are looking for your parents or your guardians' income tax notice of assessment. And this is the notice received from the Canadian government each year after your income taxes have been submitted. International students can submit equivalent tax or government documents from your home country indicating your income, or a letter from your parent or guardian's employer confirming their annual income. We understand that these documents might not always be possible to obtain. It is not necessarily a deal breaker if you cannot access these documents for whatever reason. But if this is the case for you, please let us know in the extenuating circumstances section in the application, and we will do our best to work with you to find an alternative way for you to share information about your financial situation. We then ask additional information about the number of dependents in your family. And finally, we ask if there are any extenuating circumstances, such as illness in some of your family members or an unexpected period of unemployment for your parents or guardians, a family relationship breakdown, or other unique circumstances. And we will take all this into consideration when assessing you for financial need. Any financial information that you share on your application is considered strictly confidential. So we don't share this with anyone. And you'll see here on your application that there are some sections that are required. So we start with estimated resources for the year, the occupation and annual income for your parents, your occupation and annual income, any additional information such as dependents, the number of dependents attending post-secondary in your family, and any extenuating circumstances. As with the last two sections, please make sure you mark this as complete once you are done so that it saves and you can continue. So section 4 is the applicants with disabilities. This is an optional section, and we will need supporting documentation if you check yes on this section. And this is because Dalhousie has additional awards that are available for students with disabilities, and priority for these awards is given to students with financial need. So if you are completing section 4, applicants with disabilities, we strongly encourage you to also complete section 3. And please note that if you complete this section, you will be considered for all standard entrance award opportunities, plus awards that are available for students with disabilities. Same thing, mark this section as complete, and then we move on to the next section. As complete, and then continue to section 7, which is the gender and sexual orientation information. Dalhousie has additional awards for students identifying within these populations. And so priority for these awards is given to students with financial need. So once more, we strongly suggest that we complete section 3 if you're completing section 7. And if you complete this section, you will be considered for all awards, plus awards for students that identify as having, as being part of gender and sexual orientation minority groups. So there are just 2 questions here. Same thing, please mark as complete. And then we will go to additional personal information. So we have additional award opportunities for students who are the first in their family to attend university, students who have participated in Shad Valley programs, and many, many others. And so if these questions apply to you and you wish to be considered, please answer accordingly. And so we will ask you if you are the first person in your family to attend university or college, if you are of Caribbean descent, or if you come from a Caribbean country, if you have participated in Shad or Junior Achievement, and finally, if you are a family member of someone that works at the facilities management employees. And so we would ask you to put the name of the employee, the relationship to you, and the position at Dalhousie. Please note that this is not faculty, it is facility. And so if your family member is a faculty member or they are teaching, this is not the award for that. This is for people whose relatives work at the facilities management department at Dal. Again, mark this section as complete and continue. And we are getting almost to the end here. So this is just a required section. You will have to mark it as complete. And this is just basically allowing you to move on and complete the award application. And so please don't forget to click this section as complete. And as you continue, section 10, it's just the review, release of information, and declaration. So this section reminds you to check that you've completed all required sections and that the optional sections that you wish to complete are done as well. And it reminds you to submit any supporting documents or transcripts. You will also have to complete both these sections. The first one is a declaration that everything in the application is complete and correct, and that you authorize Dalhousie to verify that the information is required. You authorize Dalhousie to verify information if required. The second explains that some of our awards are made possible by donors. And so if you are awarded one of these, your basic personal information may be shared with the donor, such as your high school and program. So in here, the information with donors, you let us know here if you want to be considered for awards funded by donors. If you don't, then that's fine. Don't click it here, but then you will only be assessed for Dalhousie scholarships. Once you are done, you will mark this section as complete and then submit your application. And so that would mean that your application is it will take you back to the main screen, and then you click submit application. That will mean that your application is complete and that we have it. And so I will head back to the presentation now, and we will talk about how to submit your application. Again, I want to reiterate that how you submit your application depends on whether or not you have received an offer of admission to Dalhousie. So accepted students must complete and submit their application through Dal Online, just the way I showed you. And you'll need to start by setting up your login credentials by following the steps at dal.ca/forward-congratulations. You will find the instructions on submitting our awards application at dal.ca/forward-entrance-awards. And we ask that any required supporting documentation be submitted by email to GEA_submission@dal.ca before March 1st. And for students who have not been accepted into a DAL program yet, you have to complete a PDF application form that is available on our website, and any supporting documentation by email to GEA_submissions@dal.ca. Again, the PDF application and the instructions on how to apply can be found at dal.ca/forward-entrance-awards. Don't forget that there are a select number of awards that require a separate application. So please visit dal.ca/forward-entrance-awards and scroll down to the bottom of the page to review that short list to see if any of them apply to you. When will you find out if you have been awarded? So all applications will be individually reviewed and scored by our team of advisors, and applicants will be notified by mid-April of the results of our assessment. Whether or not you have been awarded, you will receive an email with this information. For accepted students, award information will also be posted in your Dal Online under Student Awards and Financial Aid, and then under My Student Aid. So we have some tips and recommendations for you now that we've walked through all the sections. So first, start preparing your application early to ensure that you are not rushed. You have plenty of time before March 1st to do it. And be sure to only answer one short answer question. This is section 2 of the application, because only the first submission will be scored. Have someone else proofread your essay questions and provide you with feedback and suggestions. When you are thinking about what activities to include on your application, consider quality over quantity. So we value things like consistent commitment, the impact on yourself or to others in your community, and a demonstration of growth and leadership when we evaluate our applicants. Make sure that you review and complete each section that applies to you carefully. It is important to take your time and read and follow all instructions. If required, be sure to follow up by sending supporting documentation. This is particularly relevant for students wishing to be considered for financial need bursaries. And now we also have some frequently asked questions, and there will be time after this to ask questions as well. But some of the most asked questions or frequently asked questions are, do you offer full ride scholarships? And what is the likelihood of receiving an award that will cover full tuition? We do not offer any full ride scholarships. There are a couple of donor-based awards that are of quite high value, such as $20,000 per year. So for a local student living at home, this might cover all costs, but for an out-of-province or an international student, it would not. The majority of awards fall in the range of 750 to 5,000 Canadian dollars. And you might receive multiple awards if your offer package, such as Dalhousie, like if your offer package is strong enough, you will receive potentially a Dalhousie entrance scholarship, an entrance bursary if there's financial need. If you come from an AP or an IB program, then you might have a scholarship in for that as well. And this would bring your overall package total higher. Are international students eligible for awards? Yes, international students are eligible to be considered for nearly all of the entrance awards. There are a few awards with the criteria of a particular geography place. For example, the recipient must be from a specific region in Canada. But we also have awards specifically for students who are from different countries. That's why we ask if you are coming from a Caribbean country or if you are from Caribbean heritage. Do I need to confirm my admission before applying for scholarships? No, you can apply for scholarships without confirming your admission to DAL, or even before receiving your admissions decision. So the deadline to confirm your admission and accept your scholarship is the same day, May 15th. So please make sure that you apply, even if you are not sure that you will confirm your admission to DAL. Can I be reevaluated for awards based on my final marks? Yes. So please make sure that when your school sends your financial transcript, that they send it to awards at dal.ca, and that you email us as well to request that your awards be reassessed. You may be eligible for a higher award, or but there may be no change to your award as well. And we will let you know either way. What we would not do is reduce the award of your scholarship that has already been offered based on your final grades. So just that you consider that. How will an admissions deferral impact my awards offer? It depends. So request to defer an admission and request to defer your awards are made separately. So request for admission deferral can be done online through a form. Request for your awards deferral should be sent to awards@dal.ca with information as to why you are requesting a deferral. And this will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. Some awards are easily deferred, while others might not be available for deferral. Can I appeal my awards offer? There is no appeal process for awards. However, as previously mentioned, you may submit your final grades for reassessment. How do I get considered for athletic awards? So athletic scholarships are administered through the athletics department, and students looking to participate in varsity athletics and are wondering about possible financial aid should speak with your coach for your sport. Are awards available for students starting their studies in the winter or summer terms? No, entrance awards are currently only available for students starting their studies in the fall. Does Fafsa transfer to DAL? And this is particularly for US applicants. Yes, there's a great information about US federal student loan eligibility on our website at dal.ca/loans. And finally, I am an international student. How do I provide supporting financial documentation? So we would ask that you send your equivalent tax or other official government documents relevant in your country, or an official letter from your parents or guardian's employer confirming their income as well. We're getting near the end here, but how to access support? So you each have access to an advisor supporting students from your area. They can be reached by phone or email, or have regular advising appointments available for you to book. You are encouraged to connect with your advisor for support as needed. They are happy to answer your questions, including those about the General Entrance Award application. You can find contact details for your advisor at dal.ca/connect. But you can also reach out to the awards team directly at awards@dal.ca. And also, we have a virtual open house coming up on February 22 this year. And so if you go to dal.ca open house, you will find more information about it as well. So finally, outside of award opportunities available at Dalhousie, it's a great idea for you to look within your local community for other awards that you may be eligible to apply for. You could consider community groups, religious groups, your guardian's employers, even your high school sometimes. There are some online scholarship resources that are great, such as Scholarships Canada, Wyconic, and Inspire. And so after February 1st, more information about additional external resources to help cover your education costs will be available on our website, dal.ca/forward future students in the on-demand section. So this concludes my formal presentation.